Good day, students. Welcome to mathgotserved.com. In this clip, we're going to be going over problem number 6 of our Epic must-know trig identities proofs. These proofs will be carried out using the fundamental identities. This standard is covered in trig and pre-calculus courses. Don't forget to take a look in the link in the description below to gain access to the worksheet that has all these problems in it and links to the solutions as to how to prove each problem. Alrighty, so for question number 6, we are going to be proving that cosine theta, secant square theta is equal to secant theta. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. Now, if we take a look at the yellow box to the right, we're going to see the strategy that we're going to be implementing for carrying out our proofs in this series. Okay, so back to the problem. Cosine theta times secant square theta is a product of two trig functions on the left side. Now, if you take a look at the strategy here, step number 1 advises us to express product and quotients using sine and cosine and reduce. So if you take a look at the left side of this equation we're proving, we have the product of two trig functions. So expressing them as sine and cosine enables us to see if there are common factors that can be divided out, thus resulting in a reduced state. Okay, so the first trig function is already one of the desired trig functions, namely cosine, but secant can be rewritten in terms of sine and or cosine. To be specific here, we can write secant using cosine. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about the identity that we're going to be using. The identity that we're going to be using here is the reciprocal identity. All right, so secant square theta is the same thing as 1 over cosine square theta, and that's equal to secant theta. So what we just did here is we applied the reciprocal identity. All right, now cosine square theta, can that be written differently? Absolutely. Cosine square theta, applying the properties of exponents, just basically means that you're multiplying cosine theta by cosine theta. Okay, now we can clearly see that we can divide out. What can we divide out? Cosine. Cosine goes here once and cosine goes here once. And the final answer on the left side is going to be 1 over cosine theta. And if we apply the reciprocal identity to the right side, secant theta can be rewritten as 1 over cosine theta. The left side is equal to the right side. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been able to prove that the identity is in fact true. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. Really appreciate it. If you found the contents of this tutorial helpful in your studies of trig identities, do give us a thumbs up. Your positive feedback is very valuable to us. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for updates to our review series. We have math videos uploaded to our site on a weekly basis, so when you subscribe, you can get notifications of future uploads. If you have any questions or comments about the contents of this presentation or any trig identity proof that you'd like us to work out for you in a video, just post it in the comment section below and we'll be more than glad to respond. Okay? Tons of support resources can be found at our website, mathgotserved.com, and also don't forget again to take a look in the link in the description to gain access to the worksheet that has all the proof identities, all the trig identities present, as long as the links taking you to the proofs. Have a wonderful day.